Was one of your resolutions this year to order less takeout? HelloFresh sends everything you need to get dinner on the table. No meal planning, all deliciousness. Get 16 free meals plus 3 gifts with code FACE16 at hellofresh.com/FACE16.
I had a realization earlier today, and it has only been confirmed further by today.
Okay.
I was thinking about it. I was laying down. I woke up this morning. I thought, you know what? This is a weird thing to wake up to.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You said you were thinking about that. You were laying down. Are you still in bed at this point, or have you started your day and then gone back to bed?
No, it was when I woke up. It was when I first woke up.
Okay.
Through the slats of the...
I fixed the bed.
Okay.
I fixed the bed, and I have actually a thing related to that to talk about today. But fixed the bed, waking up, thinking about recording, very excited. And then I thought about Gavin and that you always show up on time. I think Gavin hates pleasantries.
Yeah.
I think there's nobody that hates pleasantries more than Gavin. And I don't think you realize how much joy you're missing in your life by opting out of pleasantries in what seems to be every scenario.
Name a memorable pleasantry experience.
I literally just today I spent 15 minutes talking with Nick, maybe not 15, like 5, talking with Nick about things I never knew about him that were super interesting.
That's not pleasantries. That is
pleasantries.
Just a conversation.
No, it's pleasantries.
No, that's pleasantries.
Like, hey, how's it going? Oh, you go.
No, Gavin, pleasantries is before we record, me being able to say to you, how's your day going? And just having a little bit of a talk instead of you showing up and immediately recording. There's no room
I would
for
say then
pleasantries.
the pleasantries led into a genuine conversation.
Which is what's great about pleasantries.
You're talking about a thing you don't know about.
It's true about that. Pleasantries can lead into a world of entertainment, including an inspiring conversation. That's the beauty of the pleasantry. I also experienced a wonderful conversation of pleasantries this morning, talking to Geoff Yetter and Alan and a bunch of people from work while I was waiting for an executive meeting to start. I'm laser focused with Andrew on this one.
I think you need to adopt, I don't know if you had a bad pleasantry experience. I don't know where this started for you. I don't know if you've always been, you had unpleasantries.
But okay, I've known both of you for many years, and we've had many, many pleasantries.
No, we haven't. I haven't had a single pleasantry with you on this show.
Shit.
Not a single one.
Every time we play Halo, there's like 5 minutes before we start playing.
No, that is insane for you to think that Halo is a time for pleasantries.
Is it not?
That's ridiculous. That's just a social outing. Pleasantries is the thing before you do the thing.
That's before we play the game.
I think Andrew's right. God, I hate to pile on, Gavin, but I got to think Andrew's right. I would go even further, and I would say that in my experience, because I recently, I think last weekend, I caught a couple games of Halo with you guys and our friend Trevor, and I quickly was reminded that I'm incapable of having any level of conversation with either of you without it turning into a podcast or content.
Really?
Yeah,
I was odd.
Within 2 minutes, I was in podcast mode. So I don't think pleasantries are possible because the second our mouths open, in my estimation, it turns into content.
Well, okay, I might be. Maybe I just don't know where the line is drawn at pleasantries. So, for example, Andrew, why don't you have some pleasantries with me right now?
I can't have pleasantries. You can't have pleasantries pleasantries are not for recording. Pleasantries are like a little, hey, how's it going? How's your day? It's a warm up.
Imagine we weren't recording.
Imagine we weren't recording?
Okay,
no.
door creak.
You can't force pleasantries.
All right, I think that's a little extreme, Andrew. I think you can play pretend pleasantries.
No, because here's the thing.
Yes, and Andrew. Yes, and.
I disagree strongly because if we do pleasantry thing, we're going to fall right into his hand, Geoff, and it's going to be boring as fuck. And it's not going to work at all. And we're going to just feel anxious that we're eating up showtime with bullshit pleasantries.
Why don't we then?
Hey, Gavin, I got to fucking know.
With episode 87 of Face, I'm Gavin, that's Geoff, and you're Andrew.
That's very high energy.
Skip the pleasantries.
Next week. Next week, 10 minutes. Show up 10 minutes early. Try the just try it.
I
evaluate.
deliberately stay after we record every week. Geoff has to piss off the second we stop. I stay for end pleasantries every week.
But nobody needs the unpleasantries.
Oh, you don't want my pleasantries at the end?
No, they're great.
I don't have to leave. I leave to get away from having pleasantries at the end.
I thought you have to like frequently get Millie from stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of times I do. A lot of times I'm racing to get Millie, but other times I just am done talking to you guys.
That's fair.
You know, I understand that completely.
Yeah, this is completely
I would want to be around me for more than an hour.
No.
I had to live with you off and on for a decade. I've had a lot of you.
Oh, I wasn't so bad. Surely.
He threw a stick at you. I'd say you're pretty bad to live with based off of that information.
Dude, it was one of the great joys of my life was every opportunity I had to be your roommate. And I say that without hyperbole. Or full of hyperbole.
A full stick's worth of hyperbole.
Geoff, you once told me you just out of nowhere said, you're very easy to live with. And I thought you were taking the piss. I thought you were going to be like, here's a list of annoying shit that I do. But it was like a genuine comment. I was like, damn, wow, thanks.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Yeah, I do. I'm going to tell you something about you right now. And you are easy to everything with, in my experience, and I mean that as a tremendous compliment. You are easy to travel with, you are easy to live with, you are easy to commute with, you are easy to play video games with, you are easy to have a lifelong friendship with, you are easy to do all of the one area you are not easy to blank with is schedule. You are impossible
this
to manage.
This is what I tell people
schedule.
all the time. Everyone's like, oh, you know, your reputation. And I'm telling you, if I had one job, I would be I think I would genuinely be a nice person to interact with. But unfortunately, I've got a lot going on all the time.
Yes, I don't mean it in that like you're a piece of shit and you're hard to nail down. I mean that you're a busy lad and you've got a million fingers and a million pies and you're constantly in motion and it's just hard to nail you down a lot.
I'll take that. That's a nice compliment.
Yeah.
I would say that was very pleasant. That was quite a lot of pleasantries that just occurred.
No, that was just
okay.
conversation.
Still
that was
don't
not
understand
pleasant. Yeah. Show up 10 minutes early, you'll get it. It's like a secret door. You gotta like run through the thing in Hogwarts.
The last time, you frickin' maniac, the last time I showed up 10 minutes early, you shat on me for being early for 10 minutes.
That's true. That's my fault, and I've only further decreased your interest in pleasantries. I'll own that. I apologize. But I didn't have the perspective I have now. I realize you don't get it. There's a whole world of pleasantries you're missing. You would have loved to hear the things I heard of the pleasantries before this show.
What do we miss?
Well, it's not mine to share. It's not my information, so I'm not going to say it, but it was a great conversation. You missed out on it. But you did mention, Geoff, that we played Halo recently, all of us.
Yeah.
And you're like, you immediately went into podcast mode. And I was like, really? That's interesting. And then I realized I have a block of content for this show based off
from
of
that Halo session.
Yeah, I learned.
Yeah, because it was content.
I learned something that I didn't realize that Gavin seems very sensitive about. There's an accusation. Some may even say a mystery of sorts.
It's not an accusation or a mystery when Gavin provides the proof of his own guilt.
One of you would like to, Gavin, why don't you explain? Because I feel like you're the center of this.
I'll explain the 13
conflict?
years of bullshit I've been listening to.
Yes, please.
Back in the day, Halo 3 came out. It had 1,000 gamer score, as many games did, and it was sort of it was sort of pre-Achievement Hunter, but among the same people. We were very excited to be the first person to complete the entire game's achievements, but it was very easy in matchmaking to fake some of the multiplayer achievements. You just had to convince the lobby to like, hey, 2 people stand together and I'll laser through you. Because if you get 2 kills with a laser, that's an achievement. But I feel like we were all going for purity. It was sort of me, it was Geoff, it was Bernie at the time. And I feel like we were dead set on getting them legit. Wouldn't you agree, Geoff?
Yeah. 100%, and that's what makes this so painful.
Yeah, the final 2 achievements I was after, Step and Razor, triple kill with a sword in matchmaking, pretty difficult at the time, I felt like, and an overkill, which in free-for-all at the time meant killing everyone else in the game, because the free-for-all matches were 5 people. You had to kill everyone within, like 3 or 4 seconds of each other. I got them all perfectly legitimately. Very proud of it. You can tell from the timestamps of the achievements, they're quite far apart. And to this very day, neither Bernie nor Geoff believe me that my overkill was legitimate.
So first off, let me hop in here and say that this was Gavin is not overselling how difficult this achievement was to get. There have been very few times I've played video games where I was angry enough to physically smash a controller to the point it doesn't work anymore. I lost 2 controllers in the service of this achievement. It took me about 45 days after Gavin got his. I remember because I got madder and madder the further away we got, because especially after I realized that he had cheated. And I was still trying to get mine legitimately. And then fucking Bungie on top of that did an extra fuck you to me. I eventually, about 45 days later, I got it. It was one of the greater moments of my life. It was on my 3rd controller. And I was done. I was so happy. Less than like a month later, they upped that game mode to have 6 people in it. And it became instantly easier to get it. Yeah. Way easier to get it. I think I had to get it on Rat's Nest, if memory serves. I can't remember all the map names. But the point is, it was very, very hard to get. And I think part of the reason why it's so frustrating to me, and I know it was so frustrating to Bernie, is how hard it was for us to do it legitimately, for you to just stand 3 people in a row and kill them.
I was very happy to provide video evidence of my achievements because at the time, this is before Achievement Hunter existed, at the time I'd still saved the clips in theater mode of all of the moments I got those achievements. So I thought I can just go back to these clips now that Achievement Hunter exists and make a little achievement guide for achievements that I've already got. I've got all the clips. I've got Step and Razor. I got the 2-for-1 laser. I've got Overkill. I put it up as a video and all I got was utter shit from both of these people.
When was the last time you watched this, Geoff? The video.
I probably haven't seen it in 10 years. I don't even know if this is the real clip or if he's found in it.
No, this is the real clip.
One.
Tell me your feelings on this as you watch this video.
You mean that guy that he just hit twice who refused to look at him?
Are you already on the overkill? That's like a little bit into the video.
I already watched it. I could play a little while ago. I still definitely see you cheating to get this achievement.
This is a video from October 5th, 2008, which is, I assume, when I uploaded it. And the first guy, I'll admit, in my overkill, the first guy just doesn't damage me at all. I don't know if he didn't see me or he's just walking backwards, but I had the hammer. And it was I probably still got the entire game as a theater mode file.
I give you I think maybe the 3rd kill is legitimate.
What do you mean?
The rest of them are definitely not. It's okay, man. Everybody was doing it.
Why would I give you the video if I cheated?
Why would you cheat?
I mean, he already saw it. I don't know why that would change anything based off of his previous opinion, but I had never heard of this conflict. This was all new to me, and it was clear Gavin was passionate about it. And Geoff has talked about wanting to do a mystery show of some kind.
Right, to solve a crime.
What better crime and or mystery to potentially try to solve than Gavin's overkill issue? So I went deep. I did some research. I went digging.
Oh, I'm excited.
Now the problem is the video quality is 240p. So when I started to do my research, there's a moment in which Gavin shows a screen of players. Trying to decipher that, not easy. It's completely blurred. You can't really make out anybody's names.
Oh, you're gonna try and contact these people? Oh, feel free, son.
And Gavin's, this is what helps Gavin, is in like February last year, Bungie got rid of all of their old stats that they used to have for Halo on their website. So there's no immediately accessible paper trail to this. It's just impossible. However, Gavin, thankfully, as he mentioned, he recorded these as clips and then put them on his file share. So a clean version of all these exist on Halo 3, but you need to be in Halo 3 to get it. And Halo 3 servers went down, I think, yesterday. It was a whole thing. So, once again, the timing of this, very convenient for you, Gavin. But I hopped on Twitter, and I was like, hey, does anyone happen to have a copy of Halo 3? And somebody was fucking kind enough to do it. They pulled out a copy of Halo 3. They even fucking had to pull out a 360. They had like 4 console updates they had to go through. Matt King was the kind enough person to
Thank
be
you, Matt
the
King.
other.
Wow.
Thank you, Matt King, for doing this detective work for us. So he booted up his 360. He got everything I needed. So these are the screenshots I got from Matt King of all the different player names in the lobby that Gavin interacted with. Much clearer. I can do research. So I went on to investigate all these people.
Wait. You don't need to investigate any further. You just need to free cam that clip.
What do you mean?
Oh, are you saying you pulled the mode clip?
No, he did. I don't. Yeah.
So
but
he could have just free cammed the map and watched everyone else fight without me.
Well, that already exists. There are moments of that, but that doesn't necessarily. I mean, that's a great argument against it being legitimate. There's moments within the clip itself in which there is a fight unrelated to Gavin before he has the hammer.
Right.
What was great is I didn't intend for this to fuck with Gavin. Gavin got this achievement on the 18th of October in 2007. And so I randomly last night texted Gavin, what were you doing the night on the 18th of October, 2007? And he was very confused in a way that he felt like you
did
thought I
ask
was
me that.
fucking with you.
I said I
He was
don't know,
able-
but the day before I went bowling.
Yeah. He went confirmation on bowling, and he had a photo of a pen up his nose from 3 days later. So a definite criminal.
Yeah, do you have that?
criminal
You want
vibe.
to post it?
I don't have it immediately on hand, but if I could. Anyway, I looked into these people. I have a question for you. So, were you in England at the time,
Yeah.
Gavin? That makes sense, because one of the people I looked up, Raycon 79, this is their profile, their bio. Maybe you can make sense of it to me. I don't understand it. Or maybe we'll edit it out. This is what his bio was. If your mam's a Arsenal fan, then she should go to Hapfery Market and buy a bag of Cypress Spuds. Like, all that confirmed to me is that they were also in England.
That's one of my
European.
people right there.
That's one of your
Is
people.
that an insult?
I don't know. I didn't know.
Is
how
that
to read
pro Arsenal or anti Arsenal?
it. I don't know. What are the Spuds? Is there a significance to Cypress Spuds, Gavin?
You don't know what a spud is?
No, I know what a
Potato.
spud is. I know what but what is a Cypress Spud?
Don't know.
It's a very specific.
spud,
you
probably.
don't know. Okay, so that's just
Well,
not a general-
don't British people retire to Cyprus a lot? Isn't that like a big retirement
Yeah, it's popular.
location?
So I,
That's a picture
Face
of me
of a cheater.
2 days after my overkill achievement. It's not the face of a cheater.
so I looked in all these people. Sadly, and because I'd love for this to be like undeniable, Gavin is guilty. Sadly, most
Or
of these
innocent.
people. No, I'd rather it be guilty. I think it'd be funnier if I was able to confirm.
Yeah, me too.
But all of these people, none of them got the achievement. They didn't get it on that day, and they never got it at all. We can now belittle Gavin's achievement, though, because most of them have only played Halo for like 1 day. These
Well,
are
to
all
be
people that
honest,
had no idea what they were doing.
That explains the behavior in the game. I got lucky.
No, it doesn't.
But what?
What it explains to me is Gavin said, "Hey, he messaged some people because he was, a member of the Rooster Teeth community at this point. There were a lot of people out there. We were amongst a lot of gamers of our ilk. I think he probably turned to a couple people and said, "Hey, would you guys mind hopping on and helping me get this achievement real fast? All you guys got to do is just let me kill you once with this hammer real quick, and then just go. We'll just have fun playing Halo together."
I don't think that's likely. I think it's more
I
likely
think it's
that these
very
people just
likely.
didn't know
Andrew, I
what
think
they were
you've done
doing.
tremendous work here.
Well,
You've done
I'm not
very
quite.
good
So the good
detective work.
news, as I said, Bungie got rid of all their stats. There's a community initiative going on where they've pulled all the data from that, and they're working on uploading it as like an independent thing. And it sounded like that might be available by like the end of this month. So I'm hoping to have the game logs, because I was able to look into all of these people. However, the most damaging thing about this is by far the most suspicious of the kills is Soul Eater, your first one, where he looks at you and then just does nothing and turns back the other way.
Yeah.
He does not exist on Xbox. I don't know who this person is. I reached out to Major Nelson on Twitter about it. No reply. Wasn't able to get clarification for a question I had. That's okay, busy man. But he doesn't exist. And that's really, like, if you wanted anyone to clear your name, it is Soul Eater. But the one account that is Soul Eater on Xbox has only played Phantasy Star Online. So it's a different account. So either
God.
Soul Eater was suspended, or I think more
For
likely
cheating.
they changed their game. Could be cheating, though. Can't rule
Yeah.
that out. That's why I was trying to get in contact with Major Nelson to find the backstory of Soul Eater. I also love that in the photo of Soul Eater, you can see the guy's reflection, but like you can't make an idea. It adds to the mystery of who Soul Eater is. I spent so much time trying to track that guy down.
I do think that first kill is pretty suspect. Also, the last kill, when Gavin swings a sword or swings the hammer at the guy looks at Gavin and then looks to the left and then lets Gavin kill him again, is pretty fucking suspect.
There are some definite
I'm watching this
things
again. The first guy, okay. It's like
that are
this massive
questionable.
fight going on. There's no way this would be. Yeah, smack. Okay. I'm in a bubble. Oh, so this isn't the spree. I've put a bit of head on this, apparently.
There is a little bit of head on.
Yeah, that guy is just not doing anything.
No, he's useless. Like he doesn't. It's the most suspicious, as I said, of all of them.
Well, Gavin only needed him to have that account for one day. So
That is true. Most of the accounts feel like they only existed for one day. The only one that had any history on it was the Yamams and Arsenal fan guy. I messaged several people on his friends list if they have any memory of them, and I didn't get a reply back from anybody. I tried. I did a thorough investigation, or at least as thorough as I could get.
I think there's a really, really good chance that at least a couple of these accounts are Gavin.
You think so? You think?
Yeah.
You think
Gavin had a ton
yeah.
of accounts back in the day. He had a big thing about like tricking people into changing their gamer tags. He was hyper obsessed with gamer tags and accounts back then.
I've
And he had like a
in my
US
life
account, a British account.
2 gamer tags.
Well, that you cop up to. Yeah.
That's true.
That you acknowledge
Two
as
on-
yours, of course.
Two that you've said are yours. I will say this: the person that helped on Twitter pull this all together, they thought you were undeniably guilty of staging this.
Oh my
based off
god.
of-
Freaking fly around the map, dude. Fly around. Everyone's fighting.
They felt very strongly. So I don't know. I think it could be interesting. The people can watch. It is in a video that I linked. I'm sure there will be some way. Maybe I should just read. It's on the site too, but it's not. The video quality isn't any different. It's Halo 3, Overkill, Step and Razor, 2-for-1 Mongoose Mowdown Guide, Rooster Teeth. You can find it.
What happened to that file, by the way? 240p? How did I capture it so low?
I don't know.
It's not like
I don't know.
HD wasn't already around. That must have been captured in at least 720.
I would say so.
There you have it, face, and there you have it, audience. This is our first, and then Nick, if you could cut in some like Law and Order or mystery type music right here. First mystery! Face is gonna solve the mystery, hopefully with the help of with the comment leavers and the regulation listeners. Is Gavin the cheat that we all suspect he is? Let's get to the bottom of it. Okay, now we have our 2022 mystery.
This is our first true crime.
This is our
This is our first. It's not. I guess it'd be the murder of Gavin's honesty and character.
Okay.
Yes. I would say not guilty based on my investigation, but maybe people can go out with the information shared and find stuff I didn't find.
I fully condone delving in as deep as possible to this clip. The truth will be clear.
As clear as 240p can be. Yeah. You did a great job, Andrew. Unfortunately, the results are inconclusive. You end up, and this is the problem. I think with you. Well, maybe it's just strength and a weakness, right? I think you tend to see the good in people, which is a great human quality, but as an investigator, can cloud judgment. The person that you involved in it was convinced Gavin cheated. I am convinced Gavin cheated. Basically, everyone that's known Gavin for most of his life is convinced he cheated. Take that for what it's worth. But
true.
Maybe the audience can help us elucidate this matter.
That would be great. Any additional information would be awesome. I hope those things get posted at the end of the month so I could go in and look at specifically the stats, because I feel like that could also be a big indicator of things. But here's what we need. You know how we have the phenomenal Vancouver child kicker poster that you can put up with information about the Vancouver child kicker if you can contact us? We need a Did Gavin Cheat banner that people can put up, like a poster, a flyer people can put up at coffee shops. If you have information on Gavin, whether he cheated or not in this Halo game, can you email bits at facepod.com or whatever it is. I don't even know what our email address is. I want just a billboard of the names when Gavin shows the lobby of his thing, that 240p pixely thing on a giant billboard. Just people complaining, it making no sense. No context, no information. Just the worst billboard ever made. Not enough 240p billboards out in the world.
That's really. I swear it wasn't 240p originally. I think YouTube's like shat the bed on that video. It's
Yeah.
so old. But
It was like the base file, as you said. I think Halo 3 was 720p. So I think somehow
And
in the
you-
transferring process.
And Gavin was so ahead of the game in tech back then, too, that the only way that video could be 240p if he knew that that was the only way that he could adequately obscure the gamer tags so that no further investigation could be done. "90% of coffee from the grocery store is actually stale." You heard that right. And Eric knows this because he is a coffee snob. The coffee you know and think you love, it needs an upgrade. Instead of rebuying the same old, lame old, let Trade Coffee send you something freshly roasted that you're literally guaranteed to love. They had me say literally in the ad copy, so they must really mean it. How do you take your coffee? Do you like a full-bodied roast? Do you like something light? I'm a medium roast myself. We all have our preferences, and no matter what you love to drink, Trade Coffee makes it easy to brew your best cup at home. They sell the freshest roasted and ethically sourced beans from America's best independent roasters. They ship free to you as often as you like, whole or ground. I went through a phase where I only wanted to grind my beans, and so I would get everything in whole and then grind it myself. And I'll be honest, after a while, I got kind of lazy, and I've switched back to ground. Yeah, I don't know. It's I decided I don't want to do the work anymore. You know, that thank God there's the ground option for those of us who can't be bothered to grind another bean themselves. So whether you're a coffee nerd, aka Eric, or you just want a better daily cup, Geoff, Trade's real coffee experts taste test over 400 roasts and use technology to match you to your ideal coffee based on your preferences and brewing method. Technology, that's the thing of the future. Take the coffee quiz to get started. Trade Coffee guarantees you'll love your first bag, or they'll replace it for free. Trade has been featured by the New York Times, Wired, GQ. Those are all magazines for you Gen Zers out there who have never seen one in person. And it's delivered more than 5 million bags of coffee. And the subscription is no hassle. Skip shipments, change your frequency, or cancel at any time. And for our listeners right now, Trade Coffee is offering a total of $20 off your first 3 bags when you go to drinktrade.com/face. To get started, take their quiz at drinktrade.com/face and start your journey to your perfect cup. That's drinktrade.com/face for $20 off your first 3 bags. Coffee. Now that's an ad read I enjoy. A lot of people didn't even make resolutions this year. And you know what? I get it. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't still find a way to shake things up, whether it's by switching up your workout routine or going someplace new. Vary up the scenery, vary up the routine. Whatever way you challenge yourself this new year, there is no better way to do it than with a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ears while you do it. Raycon wireless earbuds are the best way to bring audio with you on the go, no matter where you're going. Their everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever. There also is an awareness mode for when you need to listen to your surroundings, so you can take Raycons with you wherever you go and still be safe. With optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit, these earbuds are so comfortable and they will not budge. They're not falling out, trust me. I use them when I ride my bike, and you're hitting bumps, you're going fast, up and down. By the way, awareness mode, very important when you're moving in public. And they never pop out. They also offer 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life. And they're priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. It is no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have more than 48,000 five-star reviews. And that's 5 out of 5. That's not 5 out of 10. Right now, Face listeners can get 15% off the Raycon order at buyraycon.com/face. That's buyraycon.com/face to save 15% on Raycons. Buyraycon.com/face.
I have one other mystery that I've been sitting on a little bit in my personal life. So the bed is fixed. I've talked about this before. The box spring arrived.
Oh.
I gained a box spring. I lost a bed frame. My bed frame is now broken. So
you're off the slats.
I'm off the slats. I've upgraded from the slats. Built it, like, it's all good. It was the night it was finished. I laid down in bed. I was very comfortable. And I was just looking at the Play Store, and I decided I'm going to buy this shitty $2 mobile game. Why not? This seems like a great time. So I go to buy it, and they ask me to put in my Gmail password for it. And I don't remember what it is, and I have it saved on my computer. But I just didn't feel like getting up out of bed. I just laid down. I was cozy. So I just guessed. I was like, I'm just going to guess. I've got like 6 or 7 in my head that I think it could be. So I just go through the list of those, and none of them work. And then it gets to the point where it's like, hey, you've run out of tries. You can't try anymore. Do you want to like reset your password? I don't need to reset my password because I can easily, like, it's fine. I don't necessarily need this $2 mobile game. But I was like, you know what? I don't even, this is how little I feel like getting out of bed right now. I'm just going to reset my password, and then it's fine. Then I can just buy this thing. So I reset my password. No problem doing it. Go through the thing. Ask me to verify a code. It sends it to my alternate email. Great. Awesome. New password. When you sign out of or change a password on like a Gmail account and you have 2-factor authentication on it, it signs you out everywhere as soon as you do it.
Yeah.
So I changed my password. Then I go to sign into my account, and it says, okay, we need to verify this is you. We have pushed an alert to your Google Pixel. Click yes, and you're in, and nothing comes. There's just nothing shows up on my Pixel. So I'm like, okay, that didn't work. Try again. So then it says, okay, we'll text you at this number and then put in the code. It's my last phone number. For some reason, I never changed my phone number. It's my previous phone number. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, we'll try again. So I click try again, and it says, okay, we're going to email you a verification code to the email you're locked out of. Just put that in, and then you're all good. It, for some reason, has just decided my alternate email doesn't exist. I have hacked my own account. I cannot get into my Gmail. I lost access to my Gmail Sunday night. I have yet to be able to get back in. I kept trying to the point where it said you can no longer attempt to even recover this email, but I'm in a stage now where I've given them alternate information, and they're like, we will get back to you after 48 hours, which is a really weird phrasing of when we'll get back to you, because it could be months from now. I don't know when I'm going to get my personal email back, and all I wanted to do was download a $2 Rock Band clone. It was a dumb mobile game, and I've lost everything.
All because your bed was too comfy?
All because my bed was too comfy, and I fixed it, and it fucking is crazy to me that they will not recognize that I have an email that isn't. The fact it keeps saying, we'll send you a verification code to your email that you're trying to get into is insane. And I'm sure that that's my fault. I somehow fucked that up at some point, but just there's another email there that you asked me for when I changed my password. Why have you now decided that that isn't valid? So this has been my pain. I don't know what to do. I didn't even know. I don't ever memorize my own phone number, so I didn't remember what the number was. So that's why on Slack a few days ago I posted, hey, do any of you guys have a number that ends with these numbers?
How do you not remember your phone number?
So I do. Do you need it?
No, I remembered that on Amazon they have numbers saved with previous addresses. So I was able to find it that way. The reason why I don't remember my phone number, Gavin, is because my dad took my number when I was a teenager. He was paying for my phone plan, and he was getting rid of one phone, and he's like, yeah, I need your number. So he just took my phone number, and I just have refused to ever learn a number past that. Ever since that point, I just don't. It's such an annoyance.
Wouldn't your friends at the time text your dad by accident?
No, I never use my phone. I'm not a phone guy. Nobody I interacted with would text me. Use different messaging services for that purpose. There are no texts going on.
So if I text your old number, am I talking to your dad?
No, a number before. You never knew that number, I don't think. I don't think you were aware of that phone number.
So who am I texting if I text that number that you asked about?
That's the thing. I don't know. And my hope is that I don't know if that number's even in service. So it's like, maybe I should just call the number and see if somebody's there. Because I can get the code from them, then I'm totally fine, I believe. I don't think there's any other issues. Should I call?
Just text that number and say, hey, can you just post the code you're about to get to this number?
But they can ignore the text. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they can ignore that text, or they could answer it. You'll never know.
But if I just
you'll contact
them,
anybody on Earth. You would try to contact the president for an interview if you could, but you're scared to contact the owner of your old phone? Just text them right now.
Well, it's the texting mechanism is what I don't trust. Like, if it's not what if it's just not active? I'm just wasting my time, and I'm mad at this non-existing person. And if it's not active, I think I theoretically could get that number back if I went back to the previous company I was getting service for.
That's interesting.
Because there have been times where I've been locked out of accounts and then I've just copied the email. I recreated the email that didn't exist. And then I was able to get in because I was sending it to the new email that I made that was labeled. I'm going to call. This. Let's see if this is...
You gonna call now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
The number you are calling is unavailable. Please try again later.
That...
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That's a phone that is off or not in service, I think.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Okay. Well, no, that's actually kind of a positive because I can then...
Yeah, if it doesn't have a voicemail, it's been gone a while, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I'm going to look into this. I'm going to see if I can get my old number back. But that has been my annoyance, is the fact that I essentially hacked into my own account and Google is protecting me from getting into my account.
You should
It's
try to get
infuriating.
that number as quickly as possible before I get it. Before
I'm okay
before
if you
I
have
figure out how to get it. No, you would care because you'll never get that fucking code. I guarantee you that.
I don't know if we want to go to war, Geoff. I'd find a way. Retaliate.
I know you would.
Porta potty's just the beginning.
Should I talk about... Yeah, I wouldn't mess with them.
That's wave one.
Should I talk about the absolute face I did to myself last night in bed?
Oh, I'm so excited to
Oh
hear
God,
this.
dude, please, yeah.
I just had probably the shortest duration face, the most instant face that I've ever experienced.
Go on.
I
So excited.
was in bed trying to watch, not to talk about Bo Burnham again, but I was trying to watch his show that just went on Netflix from ages ago with Meg, and the Apple TV remote is an utter piece of shit. I don't know if you've experienced this turd.
Yeah.
I've had so many experiences where like the skip ahead 10 seconds and the skip back 10 seconds on the sides just stop working after a while. Like I've had these replaced before. I'm at the point with this one where I'm just like, this is so bad. So the clicks on the side stop working, so it doesn't skip back 10 seconds each time. So you end up trying to actually like manually moving the playhead on a video around and it just skipping all over the place. And I'm getting annoyed. I'm like, this shitty thing. And Meg's laughing at me because I complain about this damn thing constantly. So she's making fun of me that I just don't do anything about it. And I like to do things just I like to surprise Meg in quite extreme ways sometimes. For example, she recently told me that I've been wearing a shirt too long because it had a hole in it and she's been staring at this hole for years. So I just put my finger through it and just tore the shirt off my body. Like I hulked out of it and she thought that was funny. So I thought, I'm going to do something about this Apple remote. So in the middle of the conversation of me complaining about this Apple remote, I just, out of nowhere, snapped it in half. I just snapped it right down the middle. And what it felt like was that someone threw a cup of sand in my face. And then I just heard what sounded like sand raining all over both of us and the bed. Turns out they're made of glass. The whole thing is glass. I shot tiny shards of glass into my eyes and face all over both of us, raining down on the entire bedroom at like 11 p.m. And I'm just sat there. I'm just sat there with glass in my hair and my chest hair, in my cup of tea on my nightstand. So I'm like, wow, one actual definition of face. I shot myself in the foot because just for a joke. What an idiot. I had to strip the bed sheets. I'm there. I'm hoovering up this tiny like sand glass from the entire room. I can't find a single piece of floor that doesn't look like it's covered in glitter. Changing the sheets. We're laughing about it first, then after 10 minutes, we're just like, oh, what a move, right? Like what a turn. We're like winding down for the evening. So then I'm putting the sheets on. I'm putting the replacement sheets on, dragging the sheets over the bottom corner of the bed, pushing down. Suddenly, I just hear it, and my face hits the bed. I tear the brand new bed sheet as So I'm putting it on around the mattress. My face hits the bed. I'm on my knees at this point, and I'm just like, I need to go to bed. I don't know what's wrong with this sort of 30-minute period, but I'm not having a good time in it. Everything's going wrong. So those were my bed problems, my bed face from last night.
Do you think they were unrelated, or do you think one related to, like, you connected because of the remote? That you somehow...
What if your fingers had thousands of tiny microscopic pieces of glass embedded in them, and now you just have like razor hands, and you ripped the sheets with your little tiny shark tooth
Gavin
fingers.
glass hands.
I honestly had glass all over my hands. That thing, I highly recommend when you get annoyed at that thing, just put it in the bin. Don't do that to it.
You guys got to stay away from your bedrooms. They're dangerous.
Yeah.
Jesus.
How's your bedroom been recently, Geoff?
It's fine. It's totally fine. No problems. No issues. Don't even want to talk about it.
You fucking cut a hole through your bed with your glass hands.
I know.
That's unbelievable.
Dude.
So it's a shitty remote, but if you want to turn into Wolverine very cheaply, all you have to do is snap it in half.
If you need a weapon quickly, just snap one of those puppies.
You can be, it's like, you know how like the Joker would leave a Joker card at the scene of the crime? Gavin glass hands slices a hole in the front right corner of the bed.
Oh, God.
Oh, that didn't disappoint.
You can still see and stuff though, right? You don't have glass in your eyes. Like you're okay.
It's a trade. You have no vision, but you can cut through any bed you want.
So that's why I texted you last night. I just faced the shit out of myself. You said podcast story. I said, yes, just change the bed sheets. You said tomorrow's going to be incredible.
Oh, and I was right. What makes me so happy is I was so cozy in bed when I got that text. I was just all comfortable, relaxed.
Yeah, I was about 20 minutes earlier.
Are you scared
God,
now
awesome.
that if you meet Bo Burnham, he's just going to die immediately or like something horrible will happen to him? Like you seem to have this fandom for this person, but every engagement you have with them is a negative in some way.
Well, I
It
tell you,
backfires.
this remote has not been working on many more shows than this Bo Burnham show. So
But
I don't
Bo
think they're
Burnham
related.
was the breaking point.
We're gonna find out that Gavin is the carrier of a disease that only Bo Burnham is susceptible to.
I mean, just to be sure, I'll try and avoid him, unfortunately. But yeah, as long as I can still watch his content.
According to his content, he's had it hard enough, man. He doesn't need you in his life.
He's
Christ,
like,
that's funny.
he's like an alien from War of the Worlds, and Gavin has the one thing that he hasn't been exposed to.
His next special is just called Gavin.
Could you imagine how disappointed Gavin would be if he found out that Bo Burnham liked the most recent Matrix movie? That would just end everything. There'd be nothing more disappointing. Remember that thing I said about pleasantries? Never have them with Bo Burnham. Spend as little time with him as possible in the future.
Look, other people's opinions on movies aren't make or break to the relationship. They really mean nothing.
You said you would cease to be my friend if I liked that movie. I think you're spitting this.
I was just trying to get you to watch the movie.
Why would that make me want to watch the movie? How is that an incentive?
I really didn't say that. I was like, I'll think less of you as a person.
No, you said it would end our friendship and you would
I didn't
cease
say it
to
would
make
end the
this
friendship.
podcast. Yes, you did. You would disown anybody that thought that movie was great.
Look, if you like that movie, that's fine. I just read.
No,
personally,
that's not
I just didn't like it.
That's not the
A
tone.
lot of
you would
people
say.
love it. A lot of people love it, and I can see why they do.
When we were playing Halo, Trevor brought up that he enjoyed it, and it sounded like a real tiptoe enjoyed because he knew the bear was there. The Matrix bear was there, and he would not tolerate. Gavin would not
I'm
allow.
not here to guard the fourth Matrix.
Gavin glass hands would be all over him if he said he enjoyed that film. I should watch it now.
Almighty.
Well, now that I know that it won't end our friendship, I might watch it.
No, I hope you like it. I hope you do. I'm sad that I didn't.
Maybe that's our next Tuxedo watching.
I still haven't heard back from the director of the Tuxedo. I sent him one more email yesterday. My last one. I'm hopeful, but I don't think we're gonna get a reply.
I'm telling you, you have created an enemy.
I don't want an enemy. I want a friend, Geoff. I'm trying to make a friend.
Well, you're going about it in a weird way.
Yeah, don't insult someone and give them your phone number. That's not how you make friends.
I didn't.
You know, the only movie you were lucky enough to make in your life, we made fun of it. Do you want to be my friend?
I didn't. That's like, I understand what you're saying. When you say it on paper, it is a terrible idea. But genuinely, I was hoping for a friendship with the director of the Tuxedo. And I still think it's possible. I still believe.
I had a movie blunder of my own this week. I was trying to watch I wanted to watch Beerfest because Geoff said it had that moment where the guy dies and then his brother comes along but just is that guy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like 80 minutes into the movie and I was like, when's this guy gonna show up? Realized I was watching Beer League, which is
the Artie Lang movie?
Which is an Artie Lang movie.
With Ralph Macchio? Oh my God.
I was like 80 minutes into that and I was like, shit, it was Beerfest.
Oh, dude.
You're 80
wow.
You're 80 minutes in?
To be fair,
Beer League?
very similar sounding films.
Yeah, no, it's true. And they came out around the same time, too, actually.
Yeah.
Beer League.
Oh, man. Beer League is no dirty work, I'll say that.
Oh, yeah, no, it was Dirty Work, a much better movie.
Hey, did we ever talk about how you guys probably killed Betty White?
I won't take that one. That's. I mean, maybe considering the timing of when the episode came out, but when we actually talked about Betty White, it wasn't really anywhere near that.
No, it was quite a long time ago.
We killed Truly Scrumptious, no doubt about it. That was like the next day. But
yeah, do you think it would it be in bad taste to just like say
what?
Would that be bad?
What do you have against?
No, just
what?
Andrew's trying to fucking kill.
No,
the guy's like a national treasure, man.
No,
what are you doing?
Listen, I'm not the one with glass all over my hands right now. I'm saying I was just bringing up a name.
Why would you risk?
No,
can we bleep it? Can we just bleep
he was
the name
he was the first person to survive COVID, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, didn't we use his blood?
I love.
Well, stop saying his name.
Stop saying his name.
I'm a big fan.
What's wrong with you?
I'm a big fan.
Seriously, of all people you could pick like the most beloved guy in Hollywood.
Oh,
I was just saying, like, wouldn't that'd be sad if that happened?
What are you doing?
Oh, stop!
No,
Why do you keep saying it?
Well, who?
It doesn't work that way. If you want to kill somebody, they don't die. It's only people that you like, and I love.
It's great. I love.
Stop saying it.
I haven't liked his most recent films. How about that? Is that okay? Like, I didn't see a lot of them. The Hologram and the Kings. I didn't see that. The Circle. Is that what the internet movie was that he was in with? Oh boy, I said another one. Oh no. How do I navigate this?
I mean, it doesn't work intentionally, so hopefully he's safe.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it's fine. It's also all bullshit. None of this matters. So I don't know what we're doing.
Well, that's true. Oh, it's obviously
sure. Obviously
complete
nonsense.
bullshit. But still, all that does is say something about you.
Are there anything that you're supernatural about? Like that like
stuff.
you have a routine? Like what's a routine thing for you that like doesn't actually make sense, but you feel is true? Something that you believe is true even though it isn't.
Yeah, like a little superstition.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't walk under ladders, but that's nothing to do with superstition. It's just someone could drop something on your head.
Yeah, when a stick has fallen from the sky and hit you, I could understand having a general not trust of things from above.
I must have some. I just can't think of any.
Really? Not a single superstition.
Not that's born out of fear. I do a lot of stuff out of routine. Like I draw a little face in the shower on the wind, like in the glass, every shower I take, and I can't
really
shower until I do. Yeah.
Could you recreate the shower outside of the shower, or can it only be in the shower that you feel?
It's just only in the steam of a shower. Then I draw the little face. I've been doing it for years. Every shower I've taken. I don't know why, but now I have to do it because I've been doing it. You're like, oh, it's been like 1,200 days.
Where are
I
the
can't
ears?
stop. There's no ears.
What type of mouth?
You don't want to look up in a shower.
No, it depends. If your back facing, like if your back is, then looking up is nice.
Yeah,
It's really a positional look up, but not all scenarios. You know what? Hey, something I wanted to talk about. I don't think Gavin is aware of this. We have faced, speaking of celebrities, we have faced our own thing. Our own, what we've predicted has come true, Gavin. Are you? I know it's a terrible way of setting that up. What is the? Oh fuck! This is
so fucking funny to me. This is so funny to me.
It's very funny. So
I'm sure it is. You got to say it?
yeah, I'm getting there. Just give me a minute. John Cena is making a Peacekeeper podcast on the Rooster Teeth network.
Yeah.
And it was recently reported on by Variety. I'm going to just
Variety
read
magazine.
you the Variety, one of the high, I'd say the highest profile entertainment magazine in LA, in Hollywood, I would say. Is that wrong? It's definitely top 3.
Variety and Hollywood Reporter would be they're the only games in town.
They're the top ones. So it's a mention of that this podcast is going to be made by Rooster Teeth, and then in a part of it, there's an excerpt that says, other podcasts from Rooster Teeth produced from studios in LA and Austin, Texas include Face Jam, Off Topic, Black Box Down, Red Web, and the long-running Rooster Teeth podcast, which now numbers more than 500 episodes. We were left off that list. We were not included.
Man. Oh, I wonder why.
Really faced ourselves there.
I wonder if we should just run an ad for face on the John Cena podcast.
Can we do that? That'd be great if that's a thing we can do. I think going forward, any mention of Variety, Nick, make sure you bleep part of it.
Yeah.
Make sure it's bleep. We got to censor part of their name.
So like right now, I'm saying Variety, like that doesn't come through unbleeped.
No, there's at least a bleep in it. Any time.
We also should have bleeped all of.
No.
Yeah, let's bleep all of.
Going forward, this is how they'll be known.
The star riety.
I just love the idea that this like prestigious Hollywood writer or company, whatever, they're looking at a list of things and that they have to decide if they're going to include face or not. That the fact that there needs to be some level of dialogue at some stage of this process in which they need to either make the decision to include a podcast named face or not at all. When they didn't, which I get it, understand completely, but it's hilarious.
I told Andrew last night or whenever we talked about it, that it was kind of a perfect virtuous moment because I got so fucking infuriated, like furious, like I was going to yell at people upset that we weren't in it, that we didn't get, that we got one of the, which no offense to those other podcasts, they're all great, but we're larger than most of them. And we're doing very well for ourselves, considering our name and in spite of our name. And then I realized that this is why I wanted to name it Face, because I wanted to face ourselves, right? And the fact that I got so angry in such a brief little window of time because we were excluded from that moment means that the podcast... Yeah, I was actually angry. Means that the podcast is so successful that it means this much to me that it made me mad, which made me happy because then I thought, oh, so we've arrived, we've made it. We're successful enough that I'm mad when we don't get mentioned. So it was like a perfect moment where I went from anger to bliss like that.
I pause, Gavin. Let me continue from the story.
Okay.
Rooster Teeth also operates the Roost Podcast Network, which features partners such as the H3 Podcast, This Might Get Weird with Grace Helbig and Mamrie Hart, Philip DeFranco's A Conversation With, and Kinda Funny. They name every other podcast, not even ones directly affiliated with. They name all of them. And to be clear, this isn't for me at all a thing of like, we deserve to be on there. That's why I'm annoyed by it. I love the idea just because of our name alone that we have to be in those conversations and they have to have meetings in which they include, do we talk about this?
Yeah, it's like reading that, we've been explicitly ignored. There's no way they could have missed us.
undeniably excluded, like
You know
without
what?
a doubt.
Maybe they're just saving it. Maybe they're going to do an exclusive face interview, an
That'd be
article
great.
dedicated to the podcast, and they're just saving it.
Maybe when the director of the Tuxedo directs the Child Kicker movie, we can get into variety through that. It'd be the perfect transition. A Hollywood connection. Rise together.
It is funny though, this name, like, because the company, there are people at the company who have real jobs and doing like, real analytics, trying to see what's working, looking at the growth, and Face is on those, like with graphs and stuff and like projections, and it's like, why? It's called Face. Of course it's not going to be, of course it can't be huge. What do you want? Look, read the name.
It's the best part. It's, I think, a fair trade of searchability versus the hilarity of anyone that has to deal with the name of our show or any part of it that is outside of it brings me eternal happiness. It makes me laugh every time. It's great.
Did you see what Nick typed? When the director of the Tuxedo files a restraining order against Andrew, will finally make it in the variety.
I will say, unfortunately, we wouldn't be the first face in variety. I was curious, so I looked on their thing. There is one opinion article about something Bill Maher said in like 2011 in which they quote him as saying face. So it wouldn't be the first.
So they're not opposed to writing that.
At least in 2012, they weren't. And they didn't even censor it, like us. Classy individuals we are.
We've done the work for them.
We even bleep it in our own show. Couldn't be classier about it.
I think it's time, Andrew, that you reached out to Variety and see what the hell's going on over there.
Yeah, gotta investigate. I'd love war on all media.
War on all media. Yeah, we talked about that.
We did. We should just write an email where that is the subject line. War on all media.
This name keeps delivering.
It does.
Or preventing deliveries.
We keep fucking ourselves. It's kind of perfect.
I enjoy hearing different takes on the name, like bleep face. Some people say bleep face, some say F face, some say the actual name of the show. Hearing the different takes, I always find interesting. I would like to. I haven't told many people. If you've recommended this podcast in person to somebody, I'd like to know what that story is. The read, like the expression read when telling somebody you should listen to, and then name of show. Am I alone?
No, I was just imagining that scenario. I realized that prevented me from saying anything, but I was just picturing it. No, yeah, that's
you guys both fucking vanished off the face to the point where I thought the law had once again won. I thought I was dealing with another law issue.
No, we were here,
and I was going to get pulled.
I was just in the moment.
Yeah, we're just listening to you, man. You're that interesting.
Well, I would bring up another podcast for a moment. Gavin mentioned on the Rooster Teeth podcast that somebody he knows listened to our really broken episode, because it was like there were talks about it being one of our best episodes, so it was their first experience with it. And you brought up so many great points that I didn't even consider, where the first 10 minutes of that episode is us yelling about the law, a thing that we never talk about within the episode itself. You have had to have listened to the previous one to have any context. We never explain what that is. Then it transitions into a visual gag.
Yeah, all the Jack's car stuff, which you can't see. Then it goes into a discussion about the plane window, where we don't explain the original scenario again. It's also a holdover from the week before. And he was like, this is the shittiest podcast. I don't know anything that's happening. I've been listening for half an hour. Nothing's happening. What are you talking about?
It's a mess. And I never even think about that. But it's absolutely fair.
Our quote best podcast is probably the worst introductory podcast you could possibly submit to a friend. Unless you give a cheat sheet. We should make a cheat sheet for that podcast. Here's what you need to know to listen to this podcast.
That's like a pop-up video style cheat sheet. That's interesting. Also, I think that I don't remember, it was recently, I think in a podcast, I thought perfectly nailed it when you described this podcast as deep lore about nothing. I can't think of another episode that better exemplifies deep lore about nothing than what you just described.
Yeah.
Yes. It's great. I feel like did we even do it? I don't think no, Gavin, you did an intro.
Awesome
Holy
intro.
fuck. You did an intro.
Hey, I bet you 10 grand I've done an intro.
Wait, did we put a no? Can someone check the tapes? Did we put a cap to that? You can't just do that now. There's no way that that's allowed. I now owe you a pencil and 10 grand.
What's on the what continues to be left on the redemption docket? Are we getting the marathon and the pencil this year? What's happening?
Marathon is in the docket. It's a thing that will. Honestly, the thing of the marathon, I want to find a way that I can update my progress live. I feel like that'd be the most fun way to track that. And I haven't been able to find a device that would do that in a way that anyone could look at. Like if you could just pull it up like a live distance tracker.
Can't you do the Strava app or one of those?
I don't know what that is.
Strava,
so maybe.
There's like fitness apps that you can record.
Yeah, there's trackers we can get you.
Yeah, we can get you.
Okay, well if you can find,
it'll cost you about $2 on a cell phone. You're gonna need a Google account though, so we'll need to work that out first.
That is an issue. I want to redo Donkey Kong Country or whatever, Donkey Kong 64. Yeah,
on your
list.
Andrew the Donkey Kong guy.
No, well I made a face Twitch account because you and I were gonna do another Halo thing, and then you never agreed to another level to work on.
Oh right.
So it left dormant. So I'd probably do it on that. Not Andrew the Donkey Kong guy. What else is in the redemption? Are those the main things?
Well, let me put this to you. You know the overkill achievement in Halo 3?
Yes.
Did you cheat to get it?
Almost certainly. Like almost without a doubt.
Really?
Like almost undeniably, I would have probably cheated. Yeah, like without a doubt. But I'm not lying about it. That's the difference.
Neither am I.
But you're one of the best gamers I know. It would be relatively simple.
You wouldn't need to do that. I was excited to get it because I'm me. And an overkill is like a once a quarter occurrence to me.
I'm trying to remember, because there was a time, I may have gotten that achievement twice, and I think the second time, I'll have to check. I'll check my old gamer tag to see if I got it. I think I may have got it legitimately on that one, but the second time, I definitely would have cheated. I'm all about efficiency when it comes to achievements. Who cares about the legitimacy of them? You guys are going to talk about legitimacy when I carried you through countless Destiny raids where you literally did nothing. It's a weird point.
We did stuff. We shot guns.
We stayed alive so you could...
a minor amount of damage. Yeah.
Yeah, so you could respawn. We prevented a wipe by standing in a corner.
That is true.
No, look, I'll give all of Destiny to you. But Halo 3, all me, baby.
I will say we did give Gavin an opportunity to truly redeem himself because there was like a week when this conversation happened that he could go into Halo 3 and try to get another overkill legitimately. And as far as I know, he didn't boot it up once. So.
I even recommended he try that.
Yeah, I just don't have a 360 handy.
You don't need one. It's backwards compatible.
Oh.
Don't need one.
Wait, what was the point of getting the 360 then?
I don't know why he did that, but he did it. And I wasn't going to argue about it, but he just decided to. And I was like, that's fine.
Yeah, I appreciate his effort.
I absolutely. Without a doubt.
I'll get one. I'll do it.
It's already
reason now.
The servers are down. What do you mean? I
could get it in Master Chief Collection.
I don't know if that's the same.
How's that not the same?
I don't
It's the same.
I'm not saying
the whole reason I was impressed at the time is that the Lone Wolves was 5.
Let me clarify my point before you get mad at me further.
Okay.
I literally don't know if it's the same. Like, I'm not saying it isn't the same. It's very possible it's the same.
Like it's emulation.
But I don't know if it's, like it's a different engine. Like, I don't know what I'm not sure about the exact conversion of those things or if it's like a different Halo engine, is what I'm saying. If you get it, I'd love to see it. Next week, I want to see an overkill from you in Halo the Master Chief Collection.
Next week, damn. I'm not very good at Halo.
Get out. You're good at Halo. I'm
Platinum 1.
The race we did was very competitive. I thought you were going to win, honestly. I got lucky, I think.
You say you're Platinum 1 like that doesn't mean something. I'm Rubble 4. Like, Platinum 1 sounds amazing to me.
Glass 3.
Yeah.
That's behind a paywall.
Oh, yeah. Well, this seems like probably a place where we should stop talking now. We did a pretty good one there, I think.
That was fun.
Oh, yeah, I liked it.
Did everybody talk about everything they wanted to talk about?
I have a thing, but it's kind of tied to my email account, so I can't actually discuss it. But
is that why you haven't heard back from Donovan?
Thank God I'm emailing him on my work email.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
That would be horrendous if it was on my personal. I'd be much more upset about losing that if it was personal.
I have a couple things that they're pretty. Well, one of them's pretty long, so we'll get into it at some other.
Yeah, why don't
point.
we next time?
Remind me to talk about the Infinity Pie. That's easy, and then Sonic branding.
Ooh.
But I will say, I assume you guys saw the Kids Eat Free on Zim Day picture that came out recently that somebody found, which is maybe the greatest image I've ever seen in my entire life.
No,
Gavin, are you familiar with this? Let me find it.
So I was trying to look into what Zim Day is. From my understanding, every home game in the 82 season was Zim Day. So I've been meaning to update my calendar to make sure I have every Zim Day listed so I could appropriately celebrate.
How many Zim days in a year?
How many home games are there in a baseball season, Geoff?
There'd be 82.
So there's
Jesus.
82 Zim days in a year.
How many baseball games in a season total?
I think
Double that?
164, I think, yeah.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Here, let me put...
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to put this in the
they play
Discord.
a lot of baseball.
Yeah, they play a lot of baseball.
Imagine having a season ticket. It'd be
baseball starts... It starts in April and it ends in, like, at the end of October.
But you'd be committing basically every other day of the year. On average.
I like that Gavin's perspective of it being difficult is from the fans' angle, not the athlete. Not that like having to physically participate in that many games. He's like, how do you have the time to go watch these things?
Well, I mean, most of the world are the fans, not the players.
Look at that photo, Gavin. Don Zimmer,
it's up there now.
chicken wing in one hand, bowl of chicken wing in the other, some popcorn under the elbow. Kids pointing at something shocking. All the kids seem shocked by what's happening, and Zimmer's just couldn't be happier. Giant grin on his face.
They're all looking at different shit.
Yeah? No, they're
Also,
pointing.
it's funny to think that those kids are older than us.
Oh my God.
That is
I wonder
weird.
if we can find out who they are and ask what it was like to sit next to
Oh.
the Zim.
That's such a good idea. The next mystery to solve.
I would have been 7, so these kids are probably in the 10 to 12 range, right?
So you could have been one of these kids if you were in the right place.
I was a little young, but yeah, I guess I could have been if I'd have been a Texas Rangers fan back in the day and living in Texas. God, I want some chicken
Okay.
there, though.
It's disturbing that I can see his chair, but the kid to the right of him doesn't have one.
It
Or is it a
kind of
bench?
has a very,
a
like,
bench.
they're in heaven vibe,
Oh,
which is
okay.
not what you want to go for.
They've all died.
It feels like this is Zimmer in heaven right now, eating chicken wings, laughing at Gavin breaking his Apple II remote, covering himself in glass. That kid is pointing at the hole that Gavin just created in the bottom. Can you believe he just broke his bed now too?
We should make sure they're side by side in the Instagram post.
I would love the idea that somewhere in heaven, Don Zimmer is sitting on white bleachers with a bunch of little kids eating chicken wings and just watching Gavin go through life, laughing and pointing at every interesting thing that happens.
He ordered another record of the Zimmer. Fuck, never mind. Never mind. It was such a good setup, and I sucked.
Try it again.
End the
Try it
show.
again.
No. I crashed the plane. I went nose first. I missed the runway. It's over. There's no recovering from that. I yelled the wrong name. I forgot what a record was called. It rolled. I've crashed several times. There's no recovery. I'm just dead. I'm dead, Geoff.
Cover that, variety. All right.
All right.
Why? Why is that the message? Cover. Oh.
I don't know. I've just made the war on media. I'm mad at them. Our guy just
No, I like it.
died. You just died on air. Comedy just died. That bit just died on air. I feel like it should get some media coverage.
Between that and trying for 5 straight minutes to kill.
All right. Like and subscribe.
Wait, we're not done? I just stopped recording. What? What do you mean we're not done?
Now we're done.
Yeah, we're done now.
Hey there, it's minor league fan Jack here with a look at next week's episode of Face. The boys head to Bojangles Coliseum. Andrew loves Happy Meals. The guys discuss meal hacks. The knob versus handle discussion returns. And once again, Andrew does not eat the pencil. All that and more on next week's episode of Face.